Hi everyone, it's Scrappy Kathy here, and I'm a few days late, but I'm joining the party anyway. This is a lift that was provided by Scrap Squad to Dotty about Flair, and I'm a member of both groups and huge fans of of both teams, and I just absolutely love this lift. I wanted to do it in a video because I try to film all of my Scrap Squad lifts. I do a series called Scrap Squad Sunday where I do the regular Friday lifts. And if I can, when they have special events, I try to do the daily lifts. So I didn't do absolutely so well. Haven't done so well this year, but I'll get better, I promise. So I'm actually I'm combining a couple things. This is the Dotty About Flair and Scrap Squad collaboration layout. I'm also doing the Mind the Scrap Summer Challenge, and it's monochromatic. Is this week one of the rules is that you do a monochrome layout. And I did a purple one for listen to me, Scrap Squad Sunday, for Mixed Media Frenzy, which went live at midnight last night. And I had a couple requests to do more purple, so I'm doing another purple layout, and it may look nothing like this at all when I get done. However, I'll kind of show you where I'm headed with it. I see it's got two photos kind of at a wonky angle to each other. There are some kind of frames and cards and stuff, layers behind them. And there are some flowers in the center here with some leaf tendrils, and there are stars all over. Well, I'm not planning to do stars. My flowers were flowers I punched out to use as masks in the white ones are, to use as masks in a gel printing class I'm taking from Vicki Booten. And these are cut from a kind of paper that actually stuck to my brayer, so I'm not going to use them for masks, but I didn't want to throw them away. So I cut some out of some purple scrap of Vicki Booten paper, and I didn't have a whole lot of it left, so I only have one whole flower, one that has this, so I'm just going to have to tuck these kind of behind the photos. And I have cut some greenery with my Cottage Cuts die that cuts all of these at the same time. And so I've got those to kind of go with that. And then I have a little tray here of all kinds of things that are either black or white or purple or both. So we'll see, including one of the great flares from Jackie's set at Dotty that says, "Oh, happy day," and it's surrounded by a purple speech bubble. And it's just absolutely the perfect purple for this. So as soon as I saw that in her set, I knew that I had this paper. This paper is from a paper pad that I picked up in Denver when I was there for a Scrap Happy family reunion. And it was at, I think it was at Tuesday morning. My best friend from high school, Robbie, lives in the Denver area. And so she picked me up, and I spent some time with her that weekend. And one of the stops we made was Tuesday morning. And it was always fun to go to Tuesday morning and in a different area because they all had different stuff. And so I found this, and it's an entire paper pad filled with maps. And I just can't get enough of map paper. So my background's not going to be clean and white like this one. It's going to have maps. and it's going to be totally purple. This is like purple with white on it, and then there's this kind of red dotted line, I'm going to cover that with stuff, and what I don't cover, I'm either going to write over with a white pen, or I'm going to use it to place my stitching. It'll probably be where I do stitching, and I'll do the stitching off camera. I won't make you suffer through that. So I'm going to sit down, and basically I'm going to have a couple pictures like that, and stuff kind of coming around, and I'll try as best I can to kind of be inspired by that shape. So, and as you know, I got my little tiny Rosie Studio envelope die, and I have a BrambleFox little envelope right here, so I'm gonna try to see if I can, reasonably work. Look, I could have an envelope coming out of an envelope. That would be different, because what I had with the one I used on my last purple layout, the one I did yesterday to go live today, I had a flare coming out. So that's probably what I'll do. I have my purple sequins. I don't know where I got these. I think they were on a giveaway table at a retreat, or they may have been given as a gift during a retreat, or I might have gotten them in a class. I don't think I ever bought them at a store or ordered them. But there are clear ones and red ones and pink ones and purple ones. So I poured them out, and I managed to get these 6 little purple ones out of there. So I'm going to put those back. And I've got some purple bling and some enamel dots and other things that may or may not make it onto the page. But let's get started. And I think the first thing I'm going to do, well, like in the original, there is a, this is all Vicky Boutin stuff, and right here is a piece of, it's either ephemera or it's a chipboard piece that says, "I followed my heart and it led here," and it's from the travel line, I'm losing the Let's Wander. Okay, I wanted to say Go the Scenic Route because I'm actually looking at a Paige Evans collection as I'm talking right now, but it's not. It's a Vicky Boutin collection called Let's Wander. And I have purple foam here to put on things. Anyway, in place of that, I'm going to have a little saying here that says, "Take photos, make memories, repeat." So I'm just going to kind of do the photos like that. And they don't really, I matted them in purple, a different color and kind of purple. It's a really gorgeous,
The book.
all right, very good, congratulations.
Thanks.
It's a really gorgeous paper. I think the color of it is called Puppy Love, and it's a Basil Basics. It is shimmery. So what could be better than purple? Shimmery purple, right? So I'm gonna do that, and I have no idea whether that's an appropriate spacing or not, but it does leave me room for this. And before I put that in there, I may kind of start placing some of the larger elements that I'm going to include here. Let's see what those might be. I have just, some random white circles and a random black circle. And both of those are acceptable in the grand scheme of the challenge that I'm in. So another random black circle. And I like using circles when I've got all this Flair because I'm thinking it's going to... This is a Chamel cloud, and it is, that is a really dark gray, which is kind of a shade of black. and it's kind of purplish, so I'm thinking it's going to fit the requirement. I'm trying to do something to cover this up. And maybe what I should have done was eat less on the cruise, but I think I might use my whole flower for that. I will just kind of strategically place my flower there. And if, I won't tell anyone if you don't, that what that's covering up. Okay, there. And then I'm gonna tuck, almost lost that one. I'm gonna tuck this one kind of behind here so that you can't see the cut parts, and then I'll work some other things around there. And then maybe this other one should go here. And I'm gonna pop it up on foam. Let me make sure that's on camera because I have moved things since I started filming. Yes, you can see, boy, that's a lot of purple, isn't it? So that could go right there, and then I can have some, I'm gonna put another little bit of foam behind this so that it kind of lifts up from the field behind it. And I matted it in the same purple as the little envelope rather than the same purple as the photos, and I can't explain why. I'm gonna do that. Okay, and then this is gonna move over here, I think. And I'm just, since this is gonna be hidden, I'm gonna I'll just use tape there. I'm going to maybe put this one in like that. So I'll put a little tape right there. There we go. Okay. And I haven't glued this down. Let me look. I want my title to be One Fine Day. And so I thought maybe, now see, it's going to go out this way. I'll have some things in the center, and then I thought it could come out like that. It really should have some elements coming down. She doesn't have a title on this one. This isn't a title. There, I'm gonna do it this way, and I'm gonna superimpose this vellum day over that, and I'm going to use a numeral 1. Let's see, does that show? It does. And then the word fine, and I'm gonna have it written in kind of just putting a little bit of glue behind the letters. I need to leave enough room there. I've got these little tiny letters. And I'm gonna have to fudge an E. But I think I have an N. And the E is going to be this F with a little piece of another letter, and I've already kind of cut a little tiny piece for a different use. So you can still read that that says day. Let me put a tiny bit of glue here. Okay, and let me get that numeral 1. There we go. And I'm just going to put it right here. And now, and I probably should have done this before, but I'm going to back that with some foam and kind of put it up where it will start the cascade coming down into the center there. So it won't be off by itself, it'll be one of the embellishments. Whoops. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little glue on here. These letters are so thin that there's not that much adhesive to make contact with the paper, so they can maybe come off a little bit. Okay, so I've got this little thing that says note to self, and I kind of wanted to maybe put that in. I don't use pieces of ephemera like this very well. They kind of seem sometimes to me like they don't belong wherever. And the same way with this, but I have a whole slew of them that I'm determined to use. And so this just because is one of those. And I'm going to pile a lot of those things in here. Rather than stars and flowers and leaves and pretty things that are easy for me to use. So I'm gonna kind of do this. So these things, this is going to be a very difficult page for me to do, because the reason that this stuff exists in my stash is because I didn't like it well enough to use it before. And so it's making a layout, basically making a layout, trying to make a layout that I like out of stuff I don't necessarily like. Now the purple matte paper, that I like. That's easy. Okay, so I've got a camera here. Should I put the camera in the middle of the flower? See, I covered up the camera I was holding, so that's a possibility. I have this Happy Day Flair, which could maybe overlay that just because the it's kind of saying it was a happy day just because we were on a trip, we were on a cruise, and actually this was at the end of our cruise, and we had been in the South Pacific, and this was in Sydney, which was our last port, and it's where we flew home from. But it was an incredible, kind of a dream come true. I had been wanting to visit Australia for as long as I could remember. As long as I've known what and where Australia was, I'm gonna just kind of sneak that under there for the hell of it, but I want to do it in combination maybe with something else. Maybe this heart. This white heart just kind of stands out like a sore thumb there. But I'm determined to use it. I found a whole slew of those, and I'm not sure when or why I happened to have them. Let's see if I can get this guy propped up. Over here. And here's this. It's kind of just like a color accent. Maybe not with any particular meaning. It's kind of just a little flag, and it happens to fit the color scheme. And because that's right there, it kind of seems like it might, I could kind of bridge it maybe with one of these pieces of bling, maybe like that. And I don't know that I want to do the predictable thing of putting this bling in the center of those flowers, but we'll see. I have these two tags, and I'm kind of reinforcing this circle theme here. And what I thought I might do with these is kind of partially cover them with Flair, kind of overlapping Flair. I don't know that that makes sense, but these tags were part of an ephemera set for something, and it, you know, long time ago, and I've used some that had significant numbers, you know, where the number meant something, and these don't. I have 7 and 15 left, and I have to tell you that neither 7 nor 15 is particularly significant. Okay, so I need another little bit of foam. I've got this gap right in here, and I'm leaving these things. That's enough stitching, I think. I think I need this on the other side. Okay, and then I'm creating little raised areas where the greenery that's white will kind of be able to stick out from. And I'm hoping that there's enough of it to kind of fill in that area. And toward that end, I'm going to do another one of these, but I'm going to raise it up on a fairly small piece of foam in order that I can tuck some things in around it. So there, and then I should be able to do, how about the note to self? Yeah, that's a little koala bear there. There's a koala bear. These were posed at the Sydney Wildlife, the little thing that's right there near Darling Harbor. If I did that across there, But we did get up close and personal too. So I think I prefer it maybe down here. Okay, that's gonna have to be where it goes. I know I need things up there, but I might have to use my little envelope. Let's see, this needs to go maybe more on this side. In this, for this layout, I pretty much just went through my stash and found purple things and black and white things that have gone unused for too long. So it's kind of a stash bash exercise. And I think I'm going to I liked it so well before. I'm going to have this exploding fireworks flare coming out of there. And I need to put it in there first. Get it in place, and then I'll glue the little envelope around it. There, okay. And then this needs to have something to hold on to, and that, I just need to, I'm sorry. I'll get this where you can see it. Oops, that's a little bit too high and now I've got glue on the flare, so let me wipe that off. And the best thing to wipe it off is to catch it quickly with a baby wipe, and then it doesn't leave, it doesn't affect the pretty shiny surface. Okay, so let's try this again. I'm gonna go like this, and that should stick. This needs to be way down here. There we go. Now, I'm gonna hold it there while I look for other places for things. Maybe something right in here, for example. And then I know that I need something, let's say that one will go right there. I'll just kind of lay it there. The envelope, I think I'm going to put it on some foam and have it overlapping here, kind of bridging between this 15 and this photo. So I think it's, and then I'm going to have some greenery coming out of it. So I'm going to put some foam underneath it. I'm addicted to these little envelopes. I can see having envelopes on every layout I do from now on, because you can cut them out of the matching pattern paper. You don't have to, the designer of the paper didn't have to include some in their ephemera. Is that, okay, that works. And now we fill in with these little leaf tendrils. I've got some weeding to do from that die, so maybe right here, there's more weeding to do. Or maybe that's the same thing I just weeded. I should check all that before I come on camera, I know. If I'm going to go to the trouble of cutting it before filming, I should at least, let's see. That works. And then I thought one of these could come out of the envelope. Maybe this one goes in this direction, so I kind of like that idea. Let me get some glue on there because it isn't there. I can slide it slightly under the flare. There we go. And then I've got, okay, let me weed this one with my pokey tool. And I'm going to put that kind of right there. Okay. I'm going to do, it seems like we need one here, and it can overlap the photo. And my laptop needs to be closed so I don't keep getting that ding when something comes in. Okay, and that glue will stick. It's kind of glued up underneath there. So where does this need to go? Maybe kind of right there. I will do that, and I'll let that one kind of set up underneath as well. Then we have our little tiny things. I'll just let that go there. Okay. Now, I'm going to just start putting dots around, even if the color is so similar to the background, they're just a different finish from the background, so it'll, that finish will kind of stand out. And I'm going to put this one by itself, maybe down here, over here. And I might combine that. Oh, nope, there's another one. I'll combine that with a piece of bling, which is right here. I'm going to go with this kind of purpley one. And I'm going to be out shopping for new purple stuff at some point, because I've used a lot of it on those two layouts. And I think we need something over here. And I have my little, there's that envelope there. Maybe I kind of squeeze another one here. Or here. And have a little, a jewel to bridge that. Or do I want it up there to add a squared off edge to that cloud shape? maybe right under there. I like that. Okay, so that creates kind of a little area for a little grouping of sequins or something. Okay, so now we have these little guys. I'm going to put them out on the paper because I almost have to slide them into place. I want to do, let's do one here. And I'm going to take this, turn it over. I have no idea how to handle, oops. As you can see, they just shoot right out of the tweezers. So I have to tell you that as a product idea, I hate these. But they look so pretty, like little water bubbles. I love them on watery layouts. I'm going to just kind of, that one's gotten too much glue on the top side of it. Isn't that pretty? Just beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to do one maybe right here on this heart. And I'm going to try very hard to put that down. There. Ooh, it's so cute. And then you see I'll add a sequin down here. I'll try to see if I can find just the perfect. Oh, you know what? There is one tiny little pearl on here. And this pearl just, it's like it's lost. And it would make a perfect little trio of things here. Doesn't need to hang off. Okay, so that's good. Now, we have more of these. Let's see where we want to do maybe one right here. I'm going to do these individually. I don't have great faith. And I'll put one right here, and then I'll do a sequin that will go. I keep wanting to reach for that one that I discarded. Okay, that glue's gonna dry flat and clear, and I say that every single video, and it's more to convince myself than to inform you, because I'm always afraid it's gonna look gloppy, and my experience with this glue is that it does not look gloppy. So it's non-gloppy glue. So I'm gonna actually add one of these to this little tag that says 7. Okay, is this one too gloppy? Now that can be used, and since I pulled out all the purple ones, I want to use them. I might do it right here on that flower. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and empty this. This is a really dark purple here, and I'm going to kind of tuck it in underneath the flare there. I've got another flare over here that I could put it on that black area, and I have one more, and where should it go? Probably right in there. Just a little hint of it showing, and that's emptied. And now, sequins. I know I want a sequin here to kind of go with this little trio I have going on. So let me empty some purple ones off. And I want a really different look there. So I'm there's some holographic ones that are just really brilliant purple That's not one of those, but it's kind of pretty. Okay, so that's there. I think I want one over here with this trio. And I'll just kind of pick that same kind. That's kind of an equilateral triangle, so I don't like that. I'm going to move it down closer to here, and then I'm going to, shame on me, use my tweezers to wipe up that glue and then move it back a tad. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to put one right here, maybe two, and I'm going to kind of, this one is a kind of a nod to that color purple, and this one is clear purple. It's really just a sheen, kind of adding a sheen to things. You know, this looks close enough to pink that I might lose my monochromatic point. Can't lose points. Okay, lost my glue. Almost done. I thought maybe I could use just a whole trio of them, maybe right there. I'm just gonna take a mix, whatever my tweezer picks up, except I don't want that. Oh, here's one of those holographic ones. Oh, that's one too. So I've got two of those. And this one has some smirch on the end of it. I'll see if I can kind of tuck that under, because I don't think we want to see that. Okay, that's stuck to my fingers, so that'll work. And it looks like we need a little bling right over in here. So I'm gonna put two that'll kind of go with this little guy. And I'll put one on the black foam circle-y ring. That's a weed out of another die cut. I cut that on my die cut machine. And I keep the weeds, especially if they're foam, because I can use them as, you know, for foam underneath photos or stickers. Or okay, that's two sequins, and I only want one, and I don't want the bottom one, so I have to get that on there. Okay, we could maybe use some up there, but I think I'm done. I think I just hit my limit. That's my limit. I think the shape of it is fairly true to the original. I don't have just flowers and stars like they did. I've kind of mixed it up and put a bunch of crazy stuff on there. But basically, it's kind of the same shape. And I think it maybe shows that it's been influenced by, and that's our charge, is to let ourselves be influenced by things. And as I said, I'm going to replace these red lines with some stitching, but I'll do that off camera. So thank you for watching, and if you're in Dotty About Flair and haven't checked out Scrap Squad, please head over there. Every week there is wonderful inspiration. The team is just great, and they'll provide you inspiration, but the members also. And if you're in Scrap Squad and aren't familiar with Dotty About Flair, go check them out. There's a new release that was just announced today, so There's some fun new flares there. This Oh Happy Day was in the new release. The geotag and the camera and the fireworks are from previous releases prior to June. And so pretty soon the albums are going to be organized with the current month's release, all, detailed, and then previous releases will all be in a single album on the Facebook group. And coming within the next month will be a new website. So I think those are all the important things I wanted to tell you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on Sunday for Scrap Squad Sunday, my series that I do every week. And anytime there's a Scrap Squad lift, I'm trying to figure out how I can get a video made of it. So, bye-bye.